Tommy Huggins 1 from TikTok says, ever have 6010 rod toenail reel? If so, how do you fix? Ever have? Oh,
Oh
man.
man.
Yeah. Boy, we got Tommy Huggins 1 from TikTok. Boy, we got some stories for you. Does 6010 ever toenail real bad? Yes, sir. All the
All the
10
time.
rods.
Yep.
All the 7010, 8010, they're just notorious for toenailing. What he's talking about for anybody that's here, that's listening, that doesn't know what toenailing, it's when the arc doesn't burn straight. It wants to burn one side or the other. And you're always like twisting that thing, trying to keep that arc straight, centered with the puddle and centered on the metal. There's a couple things that you can do. Uh, One, what you do is you set the stinger down and you go and pick up that box of rod, because I guarantee it comes from Lincoln, and every now and then they have this, and you just walk calmly over to the dumpster and you just drop it, right? That's the first trick, okay? Now, granted, let's say you're in a situation where you bought that welding rod and you're just not in the business of throwing it away because you're trying to learn how to weld, and you just ain't got the financial bandwidth to be throwing welding rod away. You can call Lincoln and you can cuss them for it. Probably won't do a lot of good. Um, the other thing that you can do is and I'm going to get some haters going to come out of the woodwork for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyways because I've done it 1,000 times, because this issue with 60-10, 70-10, 80-10 has been a ongoing forever battle of toenailing or fingernailing.
You ain't gonna dip in water, are
You
you?
can dip it in water, and I've done it on a welding test. You know, you burn that first rod, and I'm like, oh man, this is bad, because it's really hard to put a nice clean root pass in with rod that fingernails. It just wants to go to one side or the other, and you're sitting there twisting and turning, trying to keep it straight. And I've done this right in the middle of the welding test. Of course, no well inspector is going to let you put moisture on your electrode, and I'm going to have 1,000 haters going to come out and hate on me for this. But I'm going to tell you, because I'm telling you it works, and it works great. What I do is I go and grab a drink, pour a little water bottle on my glove, and I take that welding rod and I just wipe it down with water. It will burn straight if you do that. Now, I have seen guys just slosh water straight on them. I've seen them dunking them in, their water bottles. I've seen them, uh, but moisture, basically, what it does is I don't know, I don't even know what it does. I just know it works. I've seen guys put WD-40 on them. That works. It just stinks when you're welding with it. You know what I mean? But a little moisture on that cellulose rod, 60-10, 70-10, 80-10, it works. And the CWIs and the metallurgists of the world, they're going to come crawling out of the woodworks. They'll be in my DMs later screaming about giving, this kind of advice because of hydrogen cracking. With where does hydrogen come from? It comes from water, H2O. And when you put hydrogen in a weld, it's bad, right? But does it work? Absolutely. Will it still shoot X-ray? Absolutely. Will it bend test? Absolutely. Is there somebody that's way smarter than me and got some big, long string of abbreviations behind their name going to come out and say that I'm wrong? Absolutely. But that's how you fix it.